And then there's the second floor that has 2 rooms. And then there's the living room area with a lovely TV.
Oh, wow, that's
And
amazing.
this is the master that has a view to the outside street. See? Cobblestones and trucks and whatever.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful.
This is an Airbnb, Andy?
Sorry?
This is an Airbnb or your home?
Both.
Oh, okay.
It's my come here like once a month or something like that. So to have a house empty, it doesn't make any sense. And Antigua is very touristy place. So while we are not here, we rent it out for Airbnb. It has the master with a queen and a small bed. And then upstairs, there are 2 rooms, one with 2 small beds and one with another big bed. So yeah.
I think we should have coffee with Katie at your house in Antigua. That's what I think.
Nice. I'll let you know the next time we're here. Because
that's awesome.
Today we came because of my sister. And we went to have, like breakfast and whatever. And now we're going to go to the marketplace because she wants to buy a purse for my niece.
Oh, fun.
Oh, you're going to love that place. If you want, I'll keep my camera like on so you guys can see. Let me turn it around.
Yeah, that sounds super fun. It's a cute Airbnb. Oh, that's beautiful. I'm jealous, Andy. We'll have to come to Antigua and see you one day.
Yes, you have to. Right now, you can't see the top of the volcano because
wow.
Oh, cool.
See that it's right there.
Oh, that's
Wow.
right. Yeah.
All right, sorry. My sister's with me. She's the one that brought all my stuff.
Oh, right. She lives in Texas, right?
Yeah, she's the one that lives in Texas.
Nice meeting you.
Good to meet you. Hi. I send stuff to you all the time.
And then she has me here with the car without turning it on, and I'm like,
You're like, get out here.
yes, get over here.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
So nice
Well, it's so
to
good to
meet
meet
you.
you. What's your name? What's your name? Hi.
My name is Lily.
Lily. Hi, Lily. It's good to meet you. We love Angie.
Thank you so much.
Hi.
All right, guys, I'm going to turn it around so you get another small peek. So,
Andy's going to take us on a tour of Antigua.
I think I hit the motorcycle that was parked behind me.
She hit the motorcycle.
She just hit behind her, there were all these motorcycles parked. Those little
Mopeds,
right?
got it.
And they're like one after another, one after another. She hit the first one. I'm looking at this thing go like a domino. And the guy just came out and he's looking at his bike and he's staring back at me. And I'm
You're like, bye.
Yeah, run away.
Awesome.
Awesome. This is one of the most loving places for all the tourists because there's a whole bunch of ruins. There in the time of the Spanish came, they put a church every corner, I believe, and now all those churches are like ruins. You just come and go in and just to look at them, how they used to be. So most of them have been turned into museums.
Oh, cool.
Oh, wow.
That's amazing.
This where we're going, it's the Central Park. In all colonial towns, there was a park like in the middle of the town, and there was the church, the Catholic church, the palace for the governor, and then the police palace, and a marketplace. And those were the 4 things that surrounded the Central Park. So this is the Central Park over there, and I'm gonna move a bit ahead so you can see the church. The church is right there behind, all the way over there. That's the church. I have to move on because there are cars behind me. Like see, it's a lot of tourists, a lot of Europeans. It's most of the tourists here is European tourists.
Oh, cool.
Very little Americans, but the Americans that come also love it.
That's
And you
awesome.
can see like little shops every here and there.
And this is the way they have a rule here. You can do whatever you want inside. If you want to remodel the houses, but the outside, it has to be like the way it was when it was the city was built. You cannot change the outside. Oops, sorry. And like you see, and now with the pandemic, it was the boom of the little motorcycles and mopeds. So
Oh yeah, there's lots.
that's all over there. And my sister hit the first one over there. And I thought all of them were gonna go down like dominoes, but no. That's another church there in the corner.
This one is a ruin.
But it's a ruin already.
And this one, you can go in. I think they're doing something inside because I saw yesterday there was like an architect and people discussing because they're turning them back into small museums.
Oh wow, that's beautiful. Look at that.
And
Look at that old thing.
Church. When I read about the Elizas, this is what I thought about.
Yeah, actually, that's what I was thinking. The Elizas and the High Priestess are very similar to that.
And this church is broken.
Yes, it's broken, love. It's called a ruin. I'm going to kind of skip ahead so we can see
And
just one more, and I will let you guys go.
And the streets are made of stone, so that's why you see the phone is like, oh, we're vibrating, but it's because the streets, as you can see, are made of stone.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
And this is another.
But this one used to be a monastery besides being a church, and now it's owned by the Spanish government, and they sometimes set up a small market inside. I don't know after the pandemic if the small market is still there, but there was a coffee shop and a museum because there are a lot of like Spanish heritage here, you might say. And now I see that there's a library. I don't know if you can see inside.
Oh, biblioteca.
There's a car.
That's beautiful.
All right, so this is Antigua, and what were we talking about? Merrick is winning still? Yes. Yay, Merrick.
Well, thank you for the tour, Andy. Let's see who else is here today. Andy, I'm going to mute you so that your kids can
go
chat,
ahead.
and then just unmute if you want to talk. Welcome, everyone. You got a tour of Antigua. So cool.
Surprise.
That was awesome. Daniel, your video's on today. It's so good to see you. Thanks for popping on. And Jade and Rosanna are here, but separate. Hello, Rosanna and Jade. You're on separate accounts. That's awesome.
Yes, we are.
Oh.
I should be asleep. We both should be asleep, but we're
Yeah,
here.
you should. Isn't it like 2 in the morning there?
Yes, it is.
And it is 12 here.
Rosanna's like,
So, yeah.
yes, that is right. Lila messaged and said she was going to sleep today, so you guys get the Awesome Aussies award.
I was wondering if she was going to appear. I was like, oh, she'll be here, right?
Yeah, you Aussies are hardcore. Popping into these calls.
Layla must be was tired. She never misses.
I know. Well, I think now that we do Monday, she doesn't feel quite like the pressure that she's missing everyone. And Louise is headed somewhere so she can go buy records on record day, right? That's awesome.
Yeah, that's tomorrow. I was originally going to camp out in a different city centre, but I thought I might get mugged, so I'm staying with a friend in this one city that I'm less likely to get mugged if I'm at my friend's place.
Oh, that's so sad. Wait, you're in Wales still, right?
Yeah, still in Wales.
Oh dear. Oh dear. That's no fun. I know the feeling. I'm trying to find my house. I found my housing at Dragon Con, but it was in like downtown Atlanta, and I'm like, not sure where I can go by myself there. Like, I don't know what's super safe in downtown Atlanta. It's a white girl by myself, so totally understand that.
It's mostly safe, but because I was planning on queuing from 3 p.m. today until like 7 a.m. tomorrow when the store opens, I would have spent the whole night sat in a queue right outside a nightclub, and I just thought Yeah, probably
Oh,
not the best.
smart. Yeah, that
No.
makes a lot more sense. Well, I'm glad you're being safe. You're on a bus, I'm presuming?
Yeah, I'm on a bus.
Yeah.
If you give me a second, I will switch my camera so you can see outside.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Oh, there's
Hey,
another
now we'll get a
bus.
tour of Wales. This is awesome.
All
Here,
around the world today.
yeah.
Nothing interesting though.
See, if you had gone to sleep, Jade, you would be missing it.
For those of us that can't travel, this is great.
Yeah, I know. You can travel all over the world from Zoom.
There you go. Perfect.
And we have Carol and Kim and Debbie. Debbie, you're back. Welcome.
Thank
So good
you.
to see you again. And Garrett. Garrett, how is the Team Merrick sign coming? Because last pictures looked awesome.
Oh, no kidding.
It is done.
Wow.
What?
Oh,
All right.
ooh, I want to see. I want to see.
Carol, you and
Yep.
Andy are
Give me
going to
a
get in a
second, I'm
fist fight
trying
over
to-
this.
I know we are. I know we are.
No, don't leave out Jean Marie. She really wants it.
Oh yeah, Jean Marie's like, yeah, I'll just beat you with it. Just kidding.
Did you see
She's
the
so
note?
sweet.
I'll
Did you see the
when I
note
get to
on
my
Facebook,
basement here,
Garrett?
it's just me and my son right now, so I'm trying to
Oh, you're
make
fine.
sure he's gonna be all right if I get to the basement. Come here,
We
big
took-
guy.
What's up, Andy? You raised your hand. Do you want to talk about beating Carol for Team Merrick?
No, I just wanted to show you guys this street. I love this street because it's cobblestone and you can see the trees going like all around.
Beautiful.
It is one of my favorite streets.
It is beautiful. That is so
All right.
fun.
So, Garrett, can I see my prize now?
Wait a minute, Miss Andy. Hold your horses.
No, Carol, you already got a sword. You
No,
already
that's
got a
true.
sword. You gotta let us all have our little piece of something.
Okay, all right. Deal.
All right.
Deal.
Now to figure out how to
Deal.
turn this.
Carol's like, I can't even fight you. Oh, that's amazing.
Garrett, did you see
Doesn't Carol
Jean
having the
Marie's
sword?
comment?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Did you see Jean Marie's
Nice.
comment when you're going to start working on the Team Baxter one?
Right. Well,
Oh my gosh.
like I told Katie, I said I'm back to working on my son's sign now. I put
That
that
is
one
so
off to the side so I could do this.
That is
Hey,
beautiful.
Does it have like edging on the top, Garrett? Like on the top of
it's
it?
actual wood.
Yeah, like it's texture. That is, oh my gosh, that
Like a
is so
scroll.
cool.
It's actually wood. Like
Yeah.
this is a piece of a
Yeah,
tree
like you kept the
that was
texture.
sliced.
Yeah. That is so
So-
freaking cool. That just like upped the ante a ton.
I don't know if I'm trying to figure out how to.
Oh, that
it
looks
looks
really
different
nice,
in
Garrett.
different
That is
lighting.
so beautiful.
That is seriously cool,
That's
Garrett.
great.
So and then I did put that
Hey,
down there.
you're supposed to sign it. Don't put my name on it. You're supposed to sign it.
Oh no, this is getting sent to you, so you can sign it to whoever gets it. And I
Oh, you
technically
did.
did sign
Okay.
it.
I
Oh,
was like, well,
good.
you have to have signed it. I'll sign the back, but that is so cool.
That is just,
So
that's beautiful.
Wow. People are gonna
Yeah,
fall all
it's-
over themselves for it.
so that one is complete.
The stain turned out so cool. I'm gonna take a screenshot of it, so just hover right there. I just wanna.
Do you want me to get it to where there's no glare?
Perfect. Okay, thanks. Ah, Garrett, that looks so awesome. Good job. So Jade, Rosanna, and Danielle, can you guys tell me, can you guys see like on the screen, or are you guys just listening to us? Do you want me to describe what the picture, the Team Merrick picture looks like?
Sure.
Okay.
I can't see the screen, so
Yeah,
that would
neither.
be very helpful. Thanks.
Okay, yeah, because I know that there's some site limitations. I wanted to make sure you could see what we're looking at. So what Garrett has done is he's taken basically part of a tree and planed it down so it's really flat, and then he has Team Merrick sort of like standing out of it. So like the letters kind of come up off
Raised.
the board. It's raised, thank you. And then there's two dragons on either side, and he painted Team Merrick and the dragons in a slightly darker stain, and then he left the bark of the tree on the ends, on the top and bottom, so it's like rough textured on the top and bottom, and then it has like the Team Merrick in a slightly darker stain. So it's this really cool, like raised Team Merrick with dragons on it.
Just
cool
so
board.
we know, I'm not taking credit for the planing of the boards or anything. I buy it that way.
Regardless, it's super cool. And he also has a mug. What does it say, Garrett? It's a black mug with blue letters. What does it say?
Says Team Merrick, better than some son of a god.
Oh my
Oh, Garrett, where'd you find that?
He made that. He made that.
That is flipping amazing.
Oh my gosh, Garrett.
Dang.
Now we're gonna have to stock that at Brook
I
and
was gonna
Jess.
say, I was gonna say now people are gonna fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Garrett, do you take orders?
I just made it on Shutterfly, so I'll send you there.
Oh my gosh, that is next level, Garrett. That is amazing. Better than some son of a
Jean Marie
god.
today so she could see that.
No.
Did you see that, Andy?
Andy, did you see Garrett's mug?
I didn't see it, but I heard it, and I love it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is
Guys,
so funny.
you and I are cool friends. Carol, we are an awesome team, right?
Yes, girl.
Oh, you Team Americans are amazing. It was Dana. Dana's the other Team Baxter, and I think Kelsey Keating is Team Baxter. But I don't know anyone beyond those three that are like adamantly Team Baxter. Everyone else seems to be Team Merrick or on the fence between the two. But Garrett, that's amazing. That is so fun. We'll have to take a picture. You have to put that in the Witchery. Put a picture of that in the Witchery.
Yes.
Yes, Garrett. Yes, so that we can make sure we have it. You know, if we do go to Shutterfly, we got it down right.
Or if people want it, then I'll just send it. I'll just send one to Brooke and Jess, and they can put it up on the website. Especially, I don't know if you guys saw, but they're doing 25% off of everything on all the merchandise. So now if you're going to buy it, it's a good time to buy it because they don't do that often.
Oh, heck yeah. I put my order in already.
I did too, Carol. Yep.
That a girl, Kim.
That's so funny.
Team Merrick.
Look, that looks awesome, Garrett. I really like the blue writing too. I think that works well.
Yeah.
That's cool. Awesome. Well, I mean, I don't know how you top that, right? Good grief.
Garrett for the win today.
Garrett for the win today. I know we've got people in Australia logging in at midnight, and Garrett's making stuff with wood and his own mugs. Like, this is intense. So by way of update to all of you, we are a week away from the launch team getting their copy of PRANA. The audiobook is at the salon getting beautified, also with the Isadora interviews. So we're gonna have 2 audiobooks available here pretty soon. And we'll be doing paperback production probably next week. So PRANA is like ready to go in 2 weeks. So we're 2 weeks away from you guys reading PRANA. And we are 1 week away from the launch team getting it. And that means I finished Derek and I sent it to beta readers on Tuesday. So
the heart flutters.
The heart does flutter because this is what happened with Derek. It's at 42,000 words right now, so it'll probably end around 42 or 43.
That's almost a full book, isn't it, Katie?
It's a monster. Such a monster. Anyways,
you know Derek.
So I got to the point with this manuscript. So this happens every now and then where I get so tired of the book and I'm convinced it's trash and I hate it. And I just send it to my beta readers and I say, I don't want to look at this. Tell me how to fix it. And Carrie, she's not here today, but she proofreads for me, but she reads through it before the beta, or like as the beta readers do. And then once everyone is done, Carrie goes back and proofreads to make sure it's really clean before I do my final 2 proofread passes. And then all my beta readers proofread. So we have a lot of people that go through. Well, Carrie was like, sent me a message and she's like, oh no, I can't stop reading. This is really good. And then she's like, I'm on chapter 18. Oh my gosh, this book was so good. So she said, let me see. I just basically told him, I was like, I don't want to look at this. Tell me what's wrong with it. We have to fix it. I hate Derek right now. And she, I don't know where she went. She said, what a fantastic book. I finished with my first pass. Very satisfying, 5 stars. Oh my gosh, Katie, I'm really enjoying Derek. I'm just starting chapter 18. That was like a couple hours after I sent it to him. So it actually is better than I thought.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah,
We
it's
are
actually,
our own worst critics, Katie.
oh, for sure. So actually, it's gotten to the point where my team gets excited when I say that because those are typically the books that they love the best. I get nervous when I start to like a book. Those are the ones that they hate. Seriously, almost every
That's
time.
how it works, though.
But
Yeah.
yes, it is. So whenever I'm like, oh, this is so good, I love it so much, they're like, actually, just kidding. They're really nice. So Derek is hitting it hard. I haven't heard from Mike yet. He normally finishes first, but again, Derek is a beast. So Mike will be letting me know here probably pretty soon what he thinks of it, and that's awesome. So we're on track with Derek, and then super exciting news. Oh, bye, Louise. It was so good to see you. Be
Hey,
safe.
bye, Louise. Have a good day at the.
We'll talk to you later. Post pictures of the castle. Post pictures of what you see in the witchery. We want to see it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I'll see you all soon. Bye.
Sounds good. Bye. Forgive me. Anyway, and then on top of that, yesterday I had the most epic day of writing. So Thursdays are my best day because my husband is home from work, so he can take my kids to school and pick them up. So I have like a really long work day. So I cleared everything off my schedule. I woke up at 4 a.m. to answer emails and do business stuff. I cleared everything off my schedule and I wrote until like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So it was like 6 or 7 hours.
Wow.
I've never done that before. I finished the endings of the books. I have to do a couple passes on. Like I'll do a half draft, like where it's just structural, like there's like 400 words per scene. I'm basically just writing what happens. And then I do like a first draft and like all the way through. And then I have to do a second, third, and sometimes fourth of just the ending to make sure it pulls together. And then I go all the way back through. So I finished the ending all the way through to the resolution and then into the secret novella that comes after that I'm not going to tell you guys about.
I am so excited for that one.
I know, it's so good. I not only have to finish The Forgotten Gods, but the secret novella, because you will destroy me if you have to wait, right?
Oh, so you are right.
You will destroy me if you have to wait by the end of this.
We won't, because then we won't get it.
You'll be so sad. Like you'll be so sad if you have to wait. So I finished The Forgotten Gods all the way through like a first/second draft. The ending landed way better than I expected. This book is pulling together really like in better ways than I ever planned. I'm not going to say I'm excited about The Forgotten Gods because that means there's going to be a lot I have to fix. But I'm really excited about The Forgotten Gods. So today I'm just going through what I wrote and edited yesterday, and that means we are like exactly on track for every project to launch on its launch day through the summer so far. So that's really exciting. There's a lot of writing though into that. But
it just amazed me, Katie.
Oh, thanks.
It just amazed me.
I just love these characters so much that I like get to hang out with them all the time, right? Like it's just really fun. Bianca,
so is the secret one coming after Forgotten Gods or before?
After.
After, okay.
So the secret novella, so The Forgotten Gods ends, and because of the nature of the way it ends, it has to kind of end. And there's explanation I'm doing through it to kind of carry you guys through to the end of the story so that questions are answered. But the ending itself generates a ton of questions about what happens next, basically. And those questions, as I was writing the fourth book, The Forgotten Gods, those questions end up like taking over the story of War of the Gods. So like War of the Gods was getting burdened by what happened in The Forgotten Gods. So the novella is the space of time between The Forgotten Gods and War of the Gods where Bianca is grappling with everything that happened or happens. And I think most importantly, the question of Team Merrick or Team Baxter plays out more in this novella so that you kind of see, because I promised you guys you would at least know, right? So by the end of The Forgotten Gods, you'll know, but then the result of the decision or like what happens plays out in this novella so you can kind of see how it goes. And then, so when you start War of the Gods is its own story that wraps up the entire series. That novella kind of takes the pressure off from wrapping up The Forgotten Gods because things happen in Alasia.
I'm so far behind.
I know,
You'll get
Debbie,
it,
there's
Debbie.
a lot of books.
You'll get it,
I'm
Debbie.
definitely behind.
Wait, Jade and Rosanna and Daniel, do you guys do audiobooks?
I read
Sometimes.
Dragon Master Trilogy in ebooks, but yeah, we sometimes
Yeah,
do
same.
audiobooks.
Okay, perfect. That's good to know.
Daniel, where are you from?
I'm from Oregon.
Awesome.
Yep.
He's going to the University of Oregon right now. You're the Ducks, right, Daniel?
Yep.
Is that what you said? Yeah, in your email. Yeah, the
Nice.
Ducks.
What are you studying?
Daniel, Jade, and Rosanna are all friends, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't sound so.
That was such a
thrilled,
tired
Rosanna.
yeah, though.
It's what time in the morning?
Fair.
Rosanna has a point.
I'm laying in my bed.
Yeah, so
Aw.
am I.
Daniel, what are you studying at the University of Oregon?
I'm still an undeclared major. I'm still exploring.
Excellent.
Yep.
Good.
I think that's good. That's fair. I don't think you should have to decide right away what you're going to do with the rest of your life. And
They definitely pressure you, but
yeah. Well, but also, like, I was an RN, right? I got my registered nurse, I got my bachelor's, and I don't even have a license anymore because I just write full time. So college does not decide the rest of your life, is what I'm trying to say.
Yep.
So there's that. All right. Well, so there's an update for all of you, and can't wait for Prana and Derek to start falling in your hands, because Derek is going to explain the Alcaran side of the Forgotten Gods, right? So in the
I'm a
Forgotten
little worried
Gods,
about Derek.
Yeah, especially since he got in your head so badly.
Yeah.
oh yeah, he's a mess, man. The advice I'm going to give you with Derek is to start when you can finish. Like,
Oh,
that's the
Lordy.
advice I'm going to give you. But it'll probably take it's probably like a 2 or 3 hour read, right? So just grab a Saturday and just be ready to finish the book. That would be Derek is going to be a hard one to put
All
down.
right, when is Derek coming out in June?
The first Friday of June. So
So then the Forgotten Gods is July.
yeah, the first weekend in July. So June 6th. No, sorry. May 6th for Prana. Hold on, my master
My son's
calendar.
birthday.
Oh, really? That's June 3rd for Derek. Garrett, I anticipate the audiobook being like 3.5 hours. And then the Forgotten Gods is July 1st.
Quick.
So.
And Vikram, did you decide? Protect me?
No. No, I don't know, Carol. I don't know.
That's all right. Relax, girl. Relax. It's okay.
No, it just depends on War of the Gods. I won't know until the first part of May, because I have to get the Forgotten Gods to beta readers, and then I will decide on Vikram. Vikram's easy compared to this hot mess that is Derek and Bianca.
Oh, we love Derek.
No, we do love Derek. He's just a hot freaking mess.
So how long does it typically take beta readers to get through a book? Or do you give them like, hey, I need it back by this time? Or how does that work?
My beta readers are really awesome and on it. So I gave them like a week for Prana. I was like, oh, I hope you can read this in a week. You have to, like, beta reading is different than just reading though, because they're reading in a Google Doc. So usually it's easier on the computer, and I'm asking them to make it better. So I tell them I want improvement, not approval. So I need you to flag any questions, any opportunities, any weak language, anything that doesn't make sense, fix any proofreading mistakes you find. So they're reading it with a critical eye, not like an entertainment. They're not like diving into this for entertainment. So it takes a little more time and bandwidth and power. So I only give them like a week for Prana, but it's like 15,000 words. It's not a super big story. But Derek, I'm giving them 2 weeks. And then the Forgotten Gods, I'm only giving them like 3 weeks, when really like a month would probably be more ideal. But because it's going to be like 90,000 words, like it'll be twice of what Derek is. The novels are just big and they're complicated. So there's more like plot points to have to follow through and say, wait, what about this? What about this? What about this? So they typically get anywhere from 1 to 4 weeks. But because we're launching so quickly this year, like we had to like shorten that. But they're really awesome. They totally rise to the occasion. So that's cool. And I've done enough of this writing that they tell me like, hey, I'm noticing you do this. And so in the next book, I just pay more attention to that thing, and then it's easier for them to read kind of thing. So
So
yeah.
Katie, if we pre-ordered Ava, will we still get Prana?
Yes.
Because like I early ordered all 3 of the ebooks, Derek and Prana and Merrick.
You'll get Prana. Yeah. And then I have like 4,000 words that I wrote of Ava, right? So I have like a short story where that happened, and then Prana started to get all bossy. So what I'll probably do is after I launch Prana is I'm going to round that out from Ava's perspective and just give it away as a free story for people who still want Ava's perspective. Because once you read Prana, you're going to want like Ava's perspective on what happens. Because you'll just want Ava's perspective. That's all I'm going to say. At one time, Sushmita asked me if I could start like reading aloud, like parts of the story on these calls. And I've been thinking about that. And that sounds really fun. But I think it'd be more fun if I gave you a sneak peek into like a scene that I'm working on right now. So I would just read it aloud or put it on the screen so you guys could kind of see it and read with me. Would that interest any of you at all?
Oh, heck yes.
Oh, no, never.
Yeah. Debbie? No, thanks. Okay, so I'll give you guys, so we'll probably do this every Coffee with Katie, because I don't know, do you guys know Diana Gabaldon? She does the Outlander series.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's Outlander. She does like, I think every day, or maybe at least a couple times a week, she puts a line from what she's working on currently on Facebook for people to see. It's just like a single sentence or two. And I know that there's some avid like Outlanderites that like follow those religiously and like try to predict what's happening in the book based on like a single sentence or whatever. So that's kind of a lot on Facebook. But I was thinking we could do on our Coffee with Katie calls, I could read like a part of what I'm working on out loud. The question is, do you want it from Prana, Derek, or the Forgotten Gods?
For today or next week?
For today.
Whichever one says that Merrick wins.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, that's the paragraph we want, isn't it?
Kim's like, well, Garrett got it for us. So I
no, that would be a spoiler for Debbie. So we don't want to go there that fast.
Yeah, because we haven't totally spoiled everything for Debbie and Jade. And oh my gosh, you guys, I brought Sushmita. She just logged in. That is so funny.
Well, I just got a message from Andy that said she ran out of battery, so she'll post pictures in the witchery.
That is awesome.
Okay,
Sushmita, I just brought you to us.
Hi.
So I was just talking about you, and then you popped on. That's so cool.
Yeah, so your reminder just popped on now, and I was like, oh, we have the Coffee with Katie. I have to talk to you for just a minute.
So the timing is uncanny, because I just said a while ago, Sushmita asked if I could like read out loud from the books on these calls, and I've been thinking about that suggestion. I think it would be more fun if I read out loud from the book I'm working on, so you kind of get like a spoiler. Not a spoiler, but you kind of get I wouldn't say anything that spoils it, because Garrett was requesting I read the paragraph that says Merrick wins, the Merrick versus Baxter fight. I won't do any spoilers, but I could read some of like what I was just writing this morning or one of the upcoming books or whatever, if that would interest you. So I said, oh, sorry, you're muted, Susmita.
And maybe we could take a guess for which book it could be from.
Nice. You could. Some of them will be pretty obvious. But that would be fun too, if I just pick a project and read a little bit and you have to guess where it's fun. That would be really fun, because I have like 5,000 projects. So there's that.
Like that would be like the winner of the day for Coffee with Katie.
Right? We'll have trophies, stickers. I'll send you a sticker.
Yes, for sure.
So fun. I could read out loud from Vikram and then throw all of you really off. Okay, so I was just writing a like big ball/dinner scene in the Forgotten Gods with Bianca and the Heart of Alasia. So we could do that one. Or I can do a sneak peek from Prana, since that one's the next one coming out. Or we can go to that rascal Derek, and I can give you a sneak peek of what he's doing over in the Western Network in Derek. So you guys let me know. Like, we might have to vote, but let me know which one you want more of.
I want Derek.
I want Derek too.
All right, Sushmita, Kim wants Derek. Anyone else voting for Derek? Psst, Derek. Debbie wants Derek. All right, we have 3 for Derek.
I'm torn.
Derek works.
Okay, so 4 for Derek. Carol, who are you torn between?
Prana and Derek. I don't know if I want to hear about Derek because I'll be so excited about Derek, and I know I have to wait through Prana to get to Derek, and it's like, okay, go with Derek.
There's a lot you're carrying, Carol.
No, girl, I tell you. I think I'll be a wreck before this is over. I hope you know, Katie.
Suspense is too much. It's killing us.
Yeah, you are going to be a wreck. I'm not even going to fight you on that one.
We're going to have anxiety attacks by the time we get to the end of this.
I know. I pretty much
Funny you should say that, Kim, because I just went to the doctor yesterday because my blood pressure is creeping up, and the doctor gave me new meds and everything today, and it's kind of like, any new stress? And it's like, no, but now that we talk about this, it's like, well, maybe.
You're like, I blame Katie. Read at your own health risk for sure. All right, let's see. Oh, I know the spot in Derek. Hold on. I know the spot in Derek. And then we'll do one of Prana. Let's see. That's a fun one.
I have to show you guys, Katie, this is my little book that I put all your little quotes in that I like.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's a great idea, Kim.
Yeah, I see something like, because I always think, oh, I'll go back, and I thought, I'm just gonna have this little notebook, and then I can write it down. Sometimes I actually have to write while I'm driving if I'm listening to it.
Oh, jeez.
Let's see, where is this? Sorry, just a sec.
Hopefully I don't get picked up for drunk driving when I'm swerving all over the road.
Yes, please don't. Don't do that. Okay.
Blame not Katie. A good idea.
I'll take it, Kim. I can take it. Let's see. Okay, so I found I have a good spot in Prana. Okay, so I have a good one from Prana and I have a good one from Derek. What do you want me to do first?
Oh, please, Carol, give her the Prana.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Lower her blood.
Well, if we're gonna get both, let's go in order here.
Yeah, there we go. Oh my gosh, there's so many good ones I could give you. I think you'll like this one though, because what's her name said it was, Kaylee said it was her favorite. Oh, here's Catherine, real quick. Sorry, I have to find the right chapter. They all blur together. Here it is. Okay. Here we go. Sorry, I have bronchitis, so I have all this. Catherine, just so you know, I'm just about to read a little teaser from Prana, and then I'm going to read a little teaser from Derek. I've never narrated in front of an audience. So I'll just pretend I'm in my closet here. Okay, so this is Prana, and just a little, it doesn't need a ton of background. This is the beginning of chapter 6, and I think you'll recognize pretty fast who is in this. But shenanigans have happened up until now, up until chapter 6. And basically this is about where the lost magic picks up in the timeline. It's right before the lost magic happens. So in Prana and in Derek, with every chapter title, I give a little line underneath that says a week before the uprising, or 5 years before Miss Mabel's School for Girl begins, so that Prana has a really big timeline. So then you're kind of oriented on what's happening in Alcara, so you know why Prana is doing what she's doing. So in chapter 6, we're starting just before the lost magic begins. And here's the first line of dialogue. I'm going to try and do voices with this, but I'm not used to narrating in front of a crowd. And so this may not work out so well. Okay.
Pretend we're not here.
Right. Yeah. That bright green glow on my screen indicating the video chat is in there. Stop it. My husband popped into view and he's like, I believe in you. You got this. Okay.
All right. Sweet.
Chapter 6, 3 years later. Why are you naked? The inquisition from a witch made Prana's molars grate together. She tilted her head to the side, hair flowing down her shoulders in wet ropes. The urge to ignore the question, to use magic to erase the witch's memory and turn her away, rippled through Prana. She suppressed it. When water couldn't answer her questions, sometimes witches could. Resigned to it, Prana turned to the girl. Swimming, Prana said. Don't you ever swim naked? The other witch raised an eyebrow. Prana studied her, head tilted back. No clear affiliation to one of her sisters could be perceived, at least. That was something in her favor. The less Dea Silva, the better. Prana turned, reached behind her, and conjured a dress from the bushes, as if she'd hidden it there. No need to let any witch know who she was. Yet, the gall of these witches, living in Alcara and without any obeisance to her or her sisters, felt like needles all the way under her skin. Exactly who did they think kept Alcara and their magic alive for them? Prana slipped the dress over her head, pressing her arms through it. She arranged it all the way down and spun. It was a black and blue piece that fell to her knees, left her arms open to the sunlight, and matched the dark tones of her hair. The witch appraised her through a too knowing expression, one eyebrow arched. What is your name? Prana asked. Sanako. Prana gestured to the round thing hanging on Sanako's chest. Why do you have that? Sanako didn't take her eyes off Prana. It's a monocle. It helps me read without my eyes getting tired. What is your name? Right. Witches were weak things. So remember in The Lost Magic, Sanako says to Bianca the first time we meet Sanako, she says, I think I met a goddess the other day, right? She's all excited. So she had, and it was Prana. And so I include that scene in Prana. It's really fun. Sanako's super smart and savvy, so that's really fun. So there's your Prana sneak peek, and here's your Derek.
Exciting.
I know Prana is so fun. Okay, so there's not going to be, oh my gosh, this is so good. There's not going to be any dialogue in this sneak peek, but it is going to give you a sneak hint of the adventure coming up. And it's this really fun, this came out of nowhere when I was writing it, literally nowhere. I was writing the scene before this, and this thing had to happen in a secret spot, and Faline Borg was born. So as you hear the description of Faline Borg, it was literally just typed out of my fingers, like it just came out of nowhere. Okay.
I have a quick question before you start. Yeah. So is Derek kind of set in Lost Magic time era and like Rise of the Demigods, or is this after?
So it takes place within Rise of the Demigods and then goes to the end of the Forgotten Gods. Okay. In Alcara. So I have timelines with each chapter that like let you know what's happening, like when and where. And then I'll even say like 5 days in Alasia. So like Bianca's been in Alasia for so many days. So you kind of have a sense of time passing. I'm not sure if the Alasia timeline will make it into Derek finally. I'm going to see what my beta readers say, but you'll know like when Bianca leaves for Alasia, there's a scene where like you know that Bianca's leaving for Alasia, so you kind of know what's happening. Okay, so this is the beginning of chapter 8. The Western Network Arc, which is the castle, held a deceptive front. Stacked lines of red rock, filtered with graceful sandstone of yellow, red, and bright orange, drew the gaze up into the rocks. Windows sparkled out of a thick wall and hid the witches inside. Sand blasted it, but the ark didn't wither away under the destructive powers. The world moved on, but the ark didn't. Inside, it jealously guarded control of water for the entire area, allowed a city to sprawl like skirts at its edges, and housed countless workers. Somewhere in the middle of the rock and power and magic lay an old world, a forgotten city. History told legends of a dead civilization hidden in the rock walls behind the ark, forgotten in sand and abandoned by the goddess of the desert, Faline Borg. Some believed the desert goddess built mountains around and over Faline Borg to hide it from Alcara and the known world. The stories included bizarre magics, wonky traditions, strange practices, witches of ill repute that rose to power and then faded away without a word. No goddess in her right mind would claim such a place. In fact, history had even forgotten her name. Whether or not an abandoned city existed adjacent to the ark didn't matter as much as the old magic that gilded the ark. Most floors of the building set off into cliffs were innocuous enough. Witches loved, moved, and breathed through it. Nothing special about the main spaces. The fringes held the surprises. Hallways dove into the red rock mountain behind the ark in weaving lattice works. Each hallway moved on its own, so the depths of the ark appeared different every time. Old magic changed the walls, shifted the pathways. Predictability was impossible. No one wanted to stay down there long enough to learn the ways of Felinborg. Witches brave enough to venture in often wandered for days before finding a way back out. Others never returned. Skeletons clattered in long-lost hallways. In a place like Felinborg, magic didn't work, as if something actively prevented witches from finding whatever the mountain hid.
Oh, baby.
Stop there.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Chills. Holy crap.
Never even imagined Western Network.
So good. So good.
So good.
Diving into the Western Network was so fun in Derek because I got to make up Felinborg and more there. Derek is such a troublemaker, you guys. That's all I'm going to say.
My boy.
So there's some sneak peeks for you. Just get excited. PRANA is 2 weeks away, but launch team members will be getting a week. If any of you are not in the launch team and you want to be, just shoot me an email and let me know. We'll get you added in because you get a lot of cool perks. Like you get the books early, you get a big discount, you get access to me, you get more swag. You just get a lot of really fun things in the launch team. So if you want to be part of it, let me know. And there you go.
Wow.
I just got accepted into the witchery.
Yay, I'm so glad you're there.
For those that aren't here today, they're really missing out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We will I mean we'll post the replay so people could come find it for sure. But we'll just start letting people know that we do the sneak peeks at every call, and then they'll either be able to watch it or come on, and that would be really fun. So yeah. Next, let's see, Monday will be our next Coffee with Katie. We'll do a sneak peek from the Forgotten Gods there because I have some really good ones. Alicia is really fun. And if you guys also want to get an idea of what it's looking like every day I post pins on the Pinterest board. Like as I write, I wrote this paragraph and it was like Bianca was walking into this, she was walking through this castle, and I was like, decoration thing. Like I just put it in capitals so I know to go back later and actually write those out. So I was editing, so I was like, oh crap, I need some decorations. So I went to Pinterest and I just start putting stuff in there, and then all of these ideas pop up, and the ones I like I'll pin to the Pinterest board. So you can actually go to Pinterest and kind of see a glimpse of how I'm picturing the world and what's developing there. So you can almost get spoilers for what's happening. That's another way, if you're just dying to figure it out. Or I have a Pinterest board for PRANA that kind of helps get a picture of it that you can look at before you read if you want help picturing where she's at and what they're doing and stuff. That's really fun too.
Oh, cool.
So yeah.
The dragons were taking over my Alcara Pinterest, so I had to make another dragon one.
You're okay. Dragons do that, man. They just
They
take
do.
over everything. Take over everything for sure. And then I think most of you know, but just in case you don't, Kim is doing our swag for the PRANA launch. She has some really awesome swag, the lip gloss, the Ludius's lip gloss, and bath scrubs and sugar scrubs, and the whole spa package is amazing. So that'll be really fun. But we have 10 minutes left. Does anyone have any questions or anything exciting, can be totally non-Alcaran related, that you want to talk about?
I was wondering, Katie, because I was watching the Friday one. Is there a coupon? You had mentioned a coupon for the romance, the 8 romance in paperback.
Do you want them in paperback?
Yes.
Okay, let me pull that up now. I created an ebook. I created a product where you can get all 8 of my active romance titles direct from Katie Cross Books in an ebook collection for $20. And then the other one, my Chicklet series, A Health and Happiness Society, there's 5 books. You can get those for $10. Technically, because I'm in Kindle Unlimited, I can't have those ebooks available to buy anywhere else because you're supposed to be exclusive to Amazon with the ebooks. But the product page isn't out there. I would just be sending you the link so you could buy the books from me if you want them in your book funnel library. So you can do that if you want those. But I can get you a discount on the paperbacks too.
Yes, I would like them in paperback. please.
Let me create that right now.
I just want to let you know that I read and finished Alkara Awakening, and I'm halfway through The High Priest's Daughter.
Oh, that's
Atta
awesome.
girl, way to go, Deb.
I wanted it done by this morning, but I just had a lot going on yesterday and didn't get it done.
Deb, you got to do life, right? We totally get it. That's awesome. And how are you liking them so far?
Oh, I love them. Absolutely love them. It's like, I was thinking, because they're my ebooks, so they're on my computer screen, so I can't just like lay down with the book like I do and let it fall on my face when I'm, so I'm always like, okay, I'm gonna read a few more minutes and then I'm gonna go to bed. And an hour later and 10 chapters later, I'm like, okay, it's 4. I really got to go to bed.
Oh,
I would say I'm sorry, but I'm not.
Totally.
Hey, Katie is when we have bags under our eyes and circles because we're not getting sleep. Katie for a lot of things.
I know you can. I can take it, guys. I can take it. Okay, so Carol, in the chat, you can click on that link and it will automatically apply the discount. So you get 15% off any of the romance paperback collection, or you can type in love paperback at checkout to get the 15% off. So any of you that want that, that's for my contemporary romance. And let me show you, I'll just share it on the screen so you can see what that is. So all of my fantasy is up at the top, but down here I've started listing my contemporary romance because I had to do separate websites when I was running Facebook ads. I couldn't have romance and fantasy on the same one, but now we're just merging it back together because I don't run Facebook ads anymore. So down here you can get all the audiobooks, but right here there's contemporary romance and chick lit paperback, so you can get them all right here. There should be a button that says see all, so I'll make sure we get that. But that's this discount code applies to all of these paperbacks right here if you want those. And if any of you want the ebook collections, like you can get them on Kindle Unlimited if you have Kindle Unlimited, or you can buy them on Kindle. You don't have to have Kindle Unlimited to read my books. You just have to have the Kindle app or Kindle e-reader. You can buy them on Kindle or read them through Kindle Unlimited, or you can just email me and I'll send you the link. It'll give you all 8. This only shows 6, but there's 8 of the ebooks, and then for $20. And then there's one, the 9th, Who is Vikram, is coming out sometime between now and July. And then down here I have the Health and Happiness Society. I haven't put that one up here yet. I just show the romance, but then I have a whole other chick lit series that I can give you an ebook as well. So if you want those, just let me know. I can email you the link so that you can get those. I just can't technically publish that link or I would be in violation of the agreement with Amazon. So it's fine. Let me make sure real fast that all of the books are in that collection so that you have them.
When did you say the next coffee is?
The next coffee shop book?
No, the next coffee with Katie. You said something about a Monday? Monday
night. So I do yeah, so I do Friday morning and then Monday night for the people that are like working during the day.
Oh, okay.
Or if you're in Australia, Friday night and Monday,
other
Tuesday morning.
Right, I was gonna say also for our not so hardcore Australians that aren't staying up until midnight.
Saturday, really, really early morning.
Yeah.
I'm only staying up this day because I won't be able to make it to the Monday one.
Oh, you're awesome.
Because I've got class.
Oh, good for you, Rosanna. Well, we have the replays on YouTube too. If you ever miss them, if you go to YouTube and just type in Katie Cross, I have a whole playlist of the Coffee with Katie episodes you can catch up. So if you want to get the sneak peeks, then you can get them there. And what I'll probably try to do with these sneak peeks is do them every time at like a certain minute, like at 10 minutes into the recording, we'll start doing the sneak peek and then I'll have like something on the screen so you could scroll through and find the sneak peek and just watch it and listen to it. Because I know there will be people that will really want those. So, so it looks like I need to add the Health and the Happiness Society collection paperbacks into that collection, but I'll do that after this call. So you should be able to get the discount, Carol, on all of the romance paperbacks that are currently listed, and then the Health and Happiness Society if you want them.
Okay.
So cool. Oh, Sushmita's back. Where'd she go?
It's funny,
Awesome.
my husband just brought me a package, and besides you, Katie, I'm also like a Rick Riordan
Oh yeah, Rick
fan.
Riordan.
Oh yeah.
And
Yes.
the different authors under him that do, the different cultures and their gods and stuff.
Yeah.
So I just got another one.
Yay, but ooh.
Love
Where's
mythology.
that from?
She is the Indian, like East Indian.
Okay. Sweet.
So yeah, this is book 5.
That looks so good. What a great
Yeah.
cover too. Do you like the first 4 books?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check it out.
I will usually read the first one of each different culture, and if I like it, I'll continue. But I mean, there was one culture, it didn't appeal to me, so it was like, okay, I read it.
Yeah.
So
cool. Well,
yeah, I
you
like
should
to have them in paperback because then I can hand them down to my granddaughter who loves to read also. So
yes, 100%. You should post a picture of it in the Witchery so other people can see it.
Okay.
I know that I've been getting a lot of feedback that readers are loving the book recommendations that come into the Witchery and then through the emails. Yeah. It's hard to find good books, and when you can get them from like a group where you have like-minded people, it's really powerful. So anytime any of you have book recommendations, let's pull them in. A lot of the times too, I can swing, like I can't with Rick Riordan yet, but I can swing like to get a hold of the author and like do an interview or pull them in, or you guys can meet them, so we can sometimes make that happen too. If you guys have books you really love, then I can like get a hold of them and say, hey, I've got readers that really want to talk to you. So we can sometimes swing those as well. So yeah, anytime you guys have recommendations, post them in the Witchery. People love that. But
even if they're not fantasy, I mean, any book or yours.
Totally. No, yeah. Okay. Even if they're not mine, for sure. And as long as they're, I mean, you can recommend any, but I in general keep my brand pretty family friendly. Right. So as long as they're like books that would appeal, that are, like would appeal to the audience that I kind of pull in, as long as that's it, then that sounds great. I love it. I love more books and all of that.
I just read an excellent Michael Connelly book. That's why I was.
Yeah, share it. Well, and we have all kinds of people and most readers in the Witchery read a lot of books. Like they don't read just fantasy, they read all kinds of books, right? So
yep.
That's the good thing, is like then we can all read more broadly and have just like really cool books to read. So well, all right, my friends, you have the discount code if you need it. Email me if you want the romance or Health and Happiness Society books. And I will see some of you on Monday night, probably. Jade and Rosanna, and you're pretty amazing for staying up so late.
Katie, before you pop off, I had a question, like something to ask you. I was always curious about how Sana trains like Michelle's husband. I keep forgetting his name, like
Nicholas.
Nicholas to be the next Dragon Master. So I don't know if you ever have like a short story you want to do.
That'd be fun.
Yeah,
so I actually Sana didn't really train Nicholas. So there's a little bit. There was some time where she was kind of working with him to sort of like, so the dragons kind of transferred it. Nicholas isn't like a straight dragon master like Sana, because the magic is gone, but also like after the Dragon Master trilogy. Oh, sorry, Debbie. You want to cover yours? Things split, right? And people spread. So he has some of the Dragon Master lineage in his blood, so he can like respond to the dragons. But much of what happens with Nicholas is he's just kind of picking it up as he goes. And you see in the Network Saga, Nicholas and Michelle are just changing and increasing and building that relationship with the dragons like every day. Like even Michelle is like surprised that the dragons are protective of her and their children and stuff. So I think the dragons are training Nicholas more than Sana trains Nicholas, even though she did a little bit. But it would make a really compelling short story to show the relationship between Nicholas and the dragons, because he has started hearing them, right? Like it's.
Yeah, I was always curious. Does he hear them anymore after Sana died? Maybe he hears them now.
He didn't at first, but the more trust he gains from more dragons, then Dea Silva, you'll learn more in Prana, but. And this isn't a spoiler, Dea Silva is awakening, right? And with that, like her power is starting to spread and grow on the land again. After events in Freedom, she basically like takes a rest. And that's all I'm going to say, Debbie. After events, Dea Silva takes a rest. And now in Prana, you're going to figure out like, oh, she's growing and she's getting bigger and she's waking up, right? And part of that is she's allowing Nicholas communication with the dragons because of things that are going to start happening in the Forgotten Gods and War of the Gods. Mostly War of the Gods.
Thank
So, yeah,
you.
it all ties together. It's so delicious. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Well, it was so good to have you all here. Thank you for making my day. I adore you all. We'll see you all soon. And as always, email me if you have any questions.
Thanks, Katie. Have a great week.
Bye.
Take care, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.